Another episode of Y100 Texas Made here with Mr. Randy Rogers.
Oh, yes. Good to see you.
Very good to see you. This is a big week, man.
Undisclosed location, by the way.
That's right. That's right. Somewhere here in Texas.
Somewhere in Texas.
So, album this week, Homecoming. It's coming out.
Finally, it's like waiting on Christmas. So, we started working on this in 2021. Radney Foster and I really started working on it during COVID. During 2020, we would write songs on Zoom. And, we released picture frames. We went back in the studio and cut more songs in Austin. And so finally, here it is, Homecoming.
Yeah.
Our 9th studio record.
So before we talk about Homecoming and dive into some of the songs and everything like that, for folks that are maybe new to your music or maybe new to Texas, because that is the case with a lot of people nowadays, tell everybody a little bit about how the Randy Rogers Band formed.
Yeah, October 3rd was my 22nd year as performing as a Randy Rogers Band. The same 5 guys, we've been together 20 years. So we kind of found each other in those formidable years in San Marcos, Texas at Cheatham Street Warehouse. And yeah, like I said, 9th album. We've still been playing over 150 shows a year. It's been crazy this year. And we're a family. It's a brotherhood. We've all grown up together in a sense. None of us were married or had children when we started the band in our early 20s. And so now it's, different challenges, but we love each other and take care of each other. And it is one big happy family. I've had crew guys that have worked for me for over 15 years. And so you think about that alone.
Yeah.
In this industry, we are an anomaly, and it is very rare that you find a group of people that can, keep it together on the road that long.
Congratulations on the longevity. I mean, every time I come see you guys, like I was at Floors for Hold My Beer, and I saw Brady back there, and he came up and gave me like a big hug, and he's like, Brody, I'm so happy you're here. And I was like, of course, man.
Yeah, Brady's kind of like, Brady's our fiddle player, by the way, Brady Black from Plainview, Texas. He's kind of like our mayor, I guess.
Okay.
Or mascot, maybe?
Mascot? Okay.
Yeah, so he's definitely got the most energy on stage, and he will go and shake your hand and give you a hug.
Yeah.
Definitely when he sees you.
Love the warm welcome, of course.
100%.
And we were actually, it was at Floors earlier this year. It was before Fiesta, because we were talking and you did the Grand Marshal thing and all that, and that was excellent. Nice. And
Shiner block.
That's it.
Pays the
Hey,
bills.
it's getting to be about that time. Yeah. But you were back there and you sing nothing but love songs for me. You're like, hey, yeah, check out this new one. You just start singing it for me. I got to tell you, I haven't told you this, but it was like that moment in Step Brothers, like where he starts singing and then he has like an out-of-body experience. He's like, you're like Fergie.
Yeah.
And Jesus, I couldn't even look at you, man. That was amazing. And now, fast forward, we've got the song on the radio. We've been playing it on Texas Made. It came out here over the summer. Talk about that song specifically and the sound of that song.
Yeah, I wrote that song with Radney Foster and John Randall. Once again, that song was written through Zoom and over emails and so many different ways that we had to co-write during COVID. And so I love the song. I love the fact the guy's brokenhearted, but he's dealing with it,
Mm-hmm.
He's driving around and he's kind of poking fun at, radio DJs like yourself.
A lot of love songs.
All he wants to hear is a breakup song because his heart's broken. And it is a lighthearted, sad song, which I love that about it. I love that it has tempo. I love the melody. I had several people tell me that it's the most Randy Rogers Band sounding thing we put out in some time, and that's what we were going with. With Homecoming, we went back to our original producer, Radney Foster, back in the same studios where we recorded some of our most popular songs and listened to and spun and streamed songs, and so we definitely wanted to capture the essence of the band while we're all still together, while we all have our health, right? And Radney Foster was just so good at kind of recreating the magic that we first found together, years ago.
And it sounds like y'all had a blast recording everything, though, too.
It was a stroll down memory lane. It was. And I think the material's good. We went first into the studio in Maurice, Louisiana, where we made Randy Rogers Band, the eponymous album, which I didn't know what eponymous meant until someone...
Hippopotamus? What's that?
Eponymous.
Eponymous.
Somebody wrote that about us in a magazine. I had to Google it, but it means self-titled.
Yeah.
So, self-titled record. Went to that studio, came out of there. We said, hey, we just had so much fun. Let's go back to Austin, where we recorded, Like It Used to Be. We recorded Roller Coaster. We recorded Just a Matter of Time. And we did. And I'm glad we did too, because we had so much more time to write. We took our time on the record. We made sure that we had the material and we had the sounds, and it's a homecoming in every sense of the word. Reuniting with Radney and reuniting in those studios where we made those records.
Yeah. And you told us like last fall we were at 8-Man Jam, and you were like, yeah, we're working on it. And then, yeah, like earlier this year, going back in the studio here to finish everything up. And I mean, you look at the list, I've got the track list here, and you kind of see like the most trusted writers in all of Texas. Obviously yourself having a big part in all that. But I mean, like you see Sean McConnell on here, and you see Randy Montana, and you see Parker McCollum down here, and like, and of course Radney Foster. But it's like, oh my goodness, like I can just look at this, not hearing the album yet today, Tuesday, but soon I will. Oh, yeah. And I can already get a good sense that this is going, like Jack Ingram's on here, like I got a good sense that this is going to be a masterpiece, I feel like.
Well, I hope so. I hope you feel that way. I love these songs. The one part about my job is I have to play live. That's how we make our dollars.
Yeah.
That's how we provide for our families. We have to play live, and people don't necessarily understand that aren't in the music industry, because just having songs streamed doesn't mean you make any money at all, in fact. So if you have a song on an album that makes the set list and stays in the set list, you won. And I do feel strongly that there are like 4 to 5 songs on this album that will be staples in the live Randy Rogers Band set, which, if you think about it, we have 9 albums. There's 11 to 12 songs on each album. Mm-hmm. If you're only playing a 90-minute show, that's only 22 songs, 24 songs. So you kind of have to be picky about what makes the set list.
Get your best ones.
And then there's, fans who get really mad if you don't play Kiss Me in the Dark, or if you don't play
Got to.
Instead. So there are songs that we have to play every night. So I'm very proud of the fact that I feel like several of these songs, Nothing But Love songs, Know That By Now, Fast Car, Heart for Just One Team, are going to end up in the set for a while. So
talk about Fast Car, because that was one that you were telling me that you feel really good about.
Yeah, I love the song. Of course, the only song on the album I didn't write. Right. So,
correct. I see that on here.
Man. I was writing songs with Randy Montana. He and I were writing songs with Parker McCollum, and he pitched me that song. I heard that song. Also written by Wendell Mobley and by Lee Thomas Miller, who Lee Thomas Miller and I have written several songs together through the years, including Know That By Now, and Old Moon New, which is a song on the previous records. So, the thing about outside songs is I've always put 1 or 2 on every record. I really believe in that. If you go back and you look, and even some of the biggest Willie Nelson songs he didn't write, even some of the biggest Waylon Jennings songs he didn't write, but they were known as songwriters. And so I've always looked for outside music. This song fits to a T. I don't know if it's about my wife or it's about my 5-year-old, but it's about one of them.
Okay.
And I think you'll love it. We just shot the music video. It looks great.
Nice. Where'd you go for the music video?
That'll be the next single. So we shot the video in Billy Bob's.
Okay, cool.
In the Stockyards, and
that was when you were smashing the guitar and all that stuff too, right?
Well, I did smash the guitar against the pillar because they remodeled, but it was a different time.
Okay. Yeah. Well, very cool.
No guitars are smashed.
Okay.
No
guitars were harmed in the making of the Fast Car video.
Not a co-whistle video.
Okay, that's right. Well, another big one, man. Heart for Just One Team. Wow. I'm born and raised a Dallas Cowboys fan. Sure. If you grew up in the San Antonio area, or even just Texas for that matter, chances are you're probably a Cowboys fan. And you wrote that about your dad.
Yeah, I lost my dad October 2020 after about a 6-year battle with cancer. He did not die from COVID. He died from cancer. He fought hard, and one of the most things we had in common was, the Cowboys, or sports in general, really. I mean, we would talk on the phone. Through the years, we'd talk about baseball. We'd talk about football. We'd talk about, Tony Romo or Dak Prescott, and so I don't think I'm alone in the bond that I had with my dad revolving around sports. When I was little, I played sports. He would be at my games. It was something that we always had. So I hope people realize, if you're not a Cowboys fan, that the song is about your relationship with your parents. It's not necessarily about your relationship with the Cowboys. it just so happened that I was raised in Cleburne, Texas, and the closest NFL team to us was the Cowboys. And so it's a true story about, him taking me to a game when I was 8 or 9 years old. And if you can remember that first time you saw a crowd that big and heard a crowd that big and experienced something that big, it's wonderful.
It was life-changing.
Life-changing, especially for a young boy and who dreamed of being an athlete who had no athletic talent.
Well, obviously, the takeaway, though, is y'all's relationship, and then that's relatable to so many other people, though, too, because think of how many kids will get to experience that with their dad.
Yeah, I had so many people just direct message me and on Instagram and Facebook and say thank you. I've been crying all morning, and really rehashing some memories. And so that's what music is about, right?
Yeah.
Like if I can write a song that makes you feel something, then I've done my job as the guy that you want to go see and pay money to go see and support. So
I will actually say this real quick, too, and you saying that just made me remember this, but I saw on y'all's Facebook page a friend of mine, Kelly, who grew up down the street from me. She had left a comment on y'all's Facebook page in regards to the song. I think it was on the music video. And she had lost her dad. And so that song meant a ton to her because of that very reason.
Yeah, I've got so many of those. Like, used to we get fan mail, but nowadays, right, you get direct messages.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun to have those kind of songs that other people relate to. And, I think that's 100% what music is supposed to do, right? Make you fall in love, make you dance, make you feel something. So I'm real proud of that. Even if you hate the Cowboys, it's going to be okay.
Look further than just the Cowboys.
Yes.
But for the Cowboys fans, we're playing the Eagles on Sunday. This is like the biggest game of the season.
Right.
We got this, right?
Yeah, I think we got this. I think a lot's going to have to happen on the defensive side of the ball for us to win this game. I'm not 100% convinced that Cooper Rush and the current offensive lineup can put up a whole bunch of points. I do have a dear friend that plays defensive line for the Eagles, and he will remain nameless.
Leave it at that. Okay.
His prediction is much different. He feels like they're going to rout the Cowboys.
Oh, wow.
So,
God, I hope not.
Is what it is. Is what it is, right? But he says that every time they play the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fletcher Cox.
Oh, my goodness. Well, do we stick with Cooper or do we go back to Dak here when Dak's available?
Dak Prescott's, that's his team, right? I mean,
okay.
He's got to get that shot. He worked hard for it. Had to deal with several injuries. It's not fair. It's part of the game. So, yeah, 100%. When Dak is healthy, if he's healthy, right? I didn't feel like he looked healthy the first game of the season, personally.
Yeah.
He didn't move the way that I think he would have moved if it had been healthy. So, I think when he's healthy, it's his team, and there's no argument about that.
I think everybody was a little rusty to kind of start the season and everything like that, too. I love your dog, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Having a lot of fun
that's
today.
That's London. She's an Italian greyhound.
Nice.
Why my
Very
kids
sweet.
named my kids named her London?
Yeah.
Wrong country.
Well,
she's an Italian greyhound.
Yeah. And, wow. I love what's going on right now. We're not going to show that, but all good. Let's move on to some other music. I do want to bring up when you were at Floors with Wade for Hold My Beer. Y'all talked about Hold My Beer Volume 3. And there was a song y'all played, and I had written some notes about it, but I couldn't find the notes, but it had something to do with drinking, and I was having some beers. So can you talk a little bit about Hold My Beer Volume 3 and where that's at, too?
Yeah, Hold My Beer Volume 3, we just cut it. In fact, we're going back to sing it in November. And it was hilarious because we're in there with the band, and we're like, okay, it was a drinking song. And then the next song was a drinking song. And the next song was a drinking song. We're like, I promise not all of them are about drinking. But we've got something really cool planned for next year for that album. Okay. I think that fans, they say the third time's a charm. So Volume 1 and Volume 2, I think, were wonderful. This Volume 3, we have written and written and written every day that we were off work and not on the road over the last 6 months. Wade and I were writing together.
Yeah.
And writing with other people, he and I both. So I'm real proud of that project because it's something completely different from the Randy Rogers Band, and it's something that I'm very comfortable with. It's fun, it's funny. There's a bunch of jokes in the songs, and it's a great creative outlet for me because it's so hard to write a male duet song. It's because there's only limited things you can say or talk about, right?
Drinking songs.
Yeah, I mean, I could write a song about my broken heart, but Wade would just make fun of me in the song for having a broken heart, right? It's just it's hard to write sometimes, those songs. But, yeah, Hold My Beer Volume 3, it's almost in the can.
It's going to blow up.
Coming out next year, probably August.
What would it take, because we're getting into the fall season here, what would it take, you think, for Wurstfest and Shiner and Randy and Wade to go play like 90 minutes one night at Wurstfest and make it like the biggest night in the history of Wurstfest? I mean, just pause the polka for just a little bit and turn up the Texas. What do you think it would take, man?
Money. Lots of money.
Germans got it.
I think Wurstfest has it. I go there as a patron. We love it. We live just not too far at all from Wurstfest here in New Braunfels. And so I do like it because I'm not having to work, though. So I'm going to say maybe not even a price. You can't even put a price on it. I like to go walk around.
Just enjoy yourself.
Enjoy myself. It's one of my favorite events every year since I started in college in San Marcos. And let's just say in the late 90s, we went to Wurstfest every year. And now we live in New Braunfels, and it's a part of growing up. It's a rite of passage. And so maybe I don't want to work. Maybe I just want to drink beer and eat sausage.
Okay, that works too.
Yeah.
I was watching the little chat we had last year from 8 Man Jam, and you said you'd gone like 5 times last year. So I've never been 5 times. You're a little closer to me than Wurstfest, though. But you think you'll break that record this year?
I don't know. I did request off. So
good.
I told the old booking agent, hey.
Well, just go and enjoy yourself. You have a new neighbor somewhere around here, too. John Wolf just moved in New Braunfels. He was telling me a few weeks ago. So he's looking to get a golf cart and go ride over to Wurstfest and all that stuff, too. So I think this year anything goes.
Trade him a bottle of my new whiskey, Slow River Blend Bondbreaker, the spirit of New Braunfels, for one of his bottles
Put that up against
tequila.
the Juan Lobo. Yeah, we could have a all-out battle.
We need to do a little trade.
Yeah. See who gets the parking spot.
Exactly.
Up front for the golf cart.
Yep.
Well, hey, man, there's a lot of stuff coming up this fall and everything. And something folks are getting to realize, I think, a little more is that you are our neighbor and you're here. Christy, my boss, she goes, hey, ask Randy about his wife's boutique. That's one thing that she wanted to know.
Right. So right here in New Braunfels, it's called River Rose. It's named after our little girl, who is 9, and we opened the store like right around when she was born. So it's been here a long time. So it's got some staying power. We also have one in Lubbock, River Rose Lubbock. We had another one in San Marcos, but we lost it during COVID. As lots of you all understand, you probably lost your businesses too. But this one's going strong, and she loves it. She's good at it. River Rose, shopriverrose.com, and Shop River Rose on Instagram and Facebook. You can check it out. Chelsea does a great job.
What's it by here in New Braunfels? Like, give some people some landmarks.
Yeah,
so they can come find it.
A lot of people may be familiar with Green. It's not in Green. It's actually downtown New Braunfels, right by the world famous bakery Two Tarts, and across the street from McAdoo's.
Oh yeah, perfect. Okay,
So it's walkable. Lots of bars and restaurants coming in down there.
A lot of places to park, I believe, too. So
a lot of places to park.
That's good.
She loves it. It's a lot of work. It's crazy. How much work owning a boutique is, and but she does it with grace and style. She goes to market and does a great job of buying hip, cool clothes, and I don't know anything about that. So.
Yeah, I have no idea either. It's like t-shirt and jeans.
T-shirt.
Yeah. So
black t-shirt and jeans.
That's it. Try to keep it simple. Very slimming though too. You wear black, so it's good. What else is going on with you? Because you got Cheatham. There is another. Is there another bar on River Road that you're involved in too? Like tell us everything, man. Because I think people do want to support what you have going on, not just music, but if they know Randy Rogers is behind it,
right? Yeah,
that's a brand name, and that's a Texas thing right there.
So Cheatham Street Warehouse in San Marcos, I have been the proud owner of that since 2017. Live music 5 nights a week. Kent Finley's Songwriter still happens on Wednesday night. Songwriting Circle. You can go sign up on the sheet, get up and do your songs. Chop Shop Live in Roanoke, which is just north of Fort Worth. So I'm a partner there, which is about a 1,400-person outdoor amphitheater plus a sports bar / grill. I'm really proud of that. I think we've been there now 7 years.
Okay.
Of course, the boutiques that we have going on. And then, yes, the rumors are true. We do have a building downtown New Braunfels. We're going to have a brand new restaurant / bar coming soon. We're still dealing with some city and some ordinances and some certain things that you have to go through.
Kind of food you gonna
It'll be
with?
bar food, nothing too fancy. So, so yeah, excited about that. Obviously, just next year, I feel like we're gonna tour and write songs and kind of make up for time lost. You know, the past couple of years because of the cancellations and everything that we all went through for COVID. So I couldn't be in a better spot. I feel like if I slowed down, I wouldn't know what to do.
Just keep it moving, man.
Yeah, keep moving. Come up with some new ideas. May start another management company. You know, I managed Barker McCullum for a long time, and
look at him now.
yeah, and William Beckman and some others, Red Shahan, and so during COVID, I had to shut down the management company, and now that things are back open, I'm kind of I'm flirting with that idea, getting back into that. Nothing set in stone though yet with that. So
well, Will's doing great, and he's playing guitar on the new album, like on every song, just about, or all of them.
Oh yeah, he's one of the best guitar players. People don't understand. Like, there's people that can play guitar, and there's people that can play guitar, and he can play a guitar. So, yeah, a lot of fun stuff.
Nice. And then where can people get the whiskey?
Oh yeah, Bondbreaker Whiskey. I'm a partner in this, actually, not just a hired hand. So we created this kind of as a byproduct of hanging out during COVID, myself and 4 friends here in town. We're distributed by Republic, and we're in every liquor store that you can walk into. So check it out.
No excuses. Get some.
Hefeweizen whiskey. It's got lemon peel and clove in it, and it's delicious.
Let me just get a shot of it for the camera here.
Delish.
There we go.
I don't know why I have a signed bottle, but I do.
So you know it's yours, and then nobody else will take it.
Yeah, don't take my bottle.
That way you're good to go. Let me double check my my thing here. There were so many fun things to talk about today. I think we have made it successfully through the majority of the list. We will end with.
Here's our other little animal.
Nice. Hello, babies.
That's Fifi.
I don't know about Fifi. I like London a little better. London's out swimming or something right now. So something we do on the Texas Made podcast is to wrap things up is called That's What I Like About Texas. So the top 3 things that you like about Texas. This is the Randy Rogers edition.
I'm going to go with George Strait. I'm going to go with Willie Nelson. And I go with Mexican food.
You did that quicker, I think, than anybody.
In no particular order.
And those were all very strong.
Yes.
Very nice. Randy, thank you so much for the time, man.
No doubt, Brody.
Looking forward to hearing the new album. We're going to get some stuff on Texas Made, and we will see you out at Floors October 29th.
Please do. See you there.
All right, man.
Happy Halloween, everybody.